Wow, are your parents having adventures again? Yeah, they are CIA agents. They travel around the world and save humanity, catch all sorts of villains.
This is more interesting than some Netflix series. Tell us more.
Guys, that's classified information.
Please.
Well, okay. What happened was, lying to my classmates. My parents weren't secret agents. Hold on, let me explain. When I was a kid, Mom and Dad became hippies and decided to travel the world in their van. They left me with my grandparents.
It's an emergency. Red danger level. I see a dirty spot.
Stay calm. My super rag is ready to defend the cleanliness with its life.
Hey, between you and me, they were a bit nuts. You've probably realized it already, right? Grandma and Grandpa were actually so obsessed with cleanliness because they worked for a cleaning company. When I went to elementary school, I realized that I was different from the other children. Being the only kid living without his parents was weird. I even started telling everyone they were CIA agents that were constantly away on missions. I photoshopped some photos to sound more convincing. Fact about me number 1, that lie made me very popular at school. I even had my own royal seat in the dining room no one else dared to take. That day, I was dying of boredom in class, as usual, when I heard a noise outside. All my classmates rushed to the windows in surprise and saw a helicopter landing in front of the school. A beautiful but haughty-looking girl stepped out of it. She looked around in disgust and stuck out her tongue. What a dump came to our classroom.
Guys, this is Mia Gills. She's new here, so be nice to her.
The girl looked around in disgust and only sat down after Mr. Love had wiped her desk with his handkerchief. Can you imagine? Mia was faker than the Monopoly money, and I disliked her right away. While on Mia's social media,
you might want to sit down for this. She's the daughter of a business tycoon. They just moved here. Rumor has it that they have so much money she uses bills as napkins.
Wow. It was little wonder the girls at school tried to befriend her. However, Mia wouldn't let anyone close. Don't waste my time. It was finally my turn to order lunch. I was delighted to see there was one piece of my favorite pizza left. Yummy. However, before I could buy it, Mia cut the line.
I'll have that piece of pepperoni over there.
Hey, that's my pizza.
I don't see your name on it.
She pointedly took a bite of it and grimaced.
Ew, I've never tasted anything worse. The food here is disgusting.
That arrogant girl threw the half-eaten pizza piece on my tray and smirked.
My treat, ha!
Ugh, the only thing worse than that girl was a pimple on the nose. She called someone, and a few minutes later, a waiter in a tuxedo brought her a banquet of several dishes. My classmates were drooling, and Mia sat down. Hey, that was my royal seat. That was it. She'd gone too far. I told her everything I thought of her.
Who are you to talk to me like that?
I was about to snap back, but my classmates decided to stand up for me. Oh, being a popular guy had its perks.
Actually, Kevin's parents are CIA agents, so be careful. He will snap his fingers and you'll end up behind bars.
Anne even made me show the new girl one of the photos I had photoshopped.
Got it.
Mia squinted slyly and laughed.
What are you talking about? Do you actually believe that? If his parents are that cool, then let them hack the school database and get us answers for tomorrow's history test. If they don't do it, you'll know Kevin is lying.
Damn, how did she realize I was full of it so quickly? But here's a fact about me number 2. I don't know how to lose. That's why I accepted Mia's challenge. That night, I waited until my grandparents had fallen asleep and sneaked out of the house. What was I up to? You're about to find out. I knew that it was possible to sneak into school through the sensors in the building. Oops, Kevin, you're in trouble. The cops arrived very quickly and walked me out of school. Long story short, the show up the new girl mission failed. When the cops brought me home in a police car in the middle of the night, Grandma and Grandpa went completely ballistic.
Ma'am, sorry for the late visit, but your grandson broke into the school building.
Grandpa became so ill that we had to take him to the hospital. Fortunately, he was fine in the end, but the doctor still left him in the ward for observation. I felt like an absolute bastard. The next day at school, Mr. Love publicly reprimanded me, and everyone found out about what had happened. Mia, of course, couldn't resist commenting.
What did I tell you? Kevin has been fooling you all. The photos are a crude fake.
Ugh! Lucky for her, I didn't fight girls. My reputation at school took a hit. I came home in a terrible mood. I wanted to listen to music, but my grandmother had other plans for me.
Since
Fact about me number 3, I hate cleaning. but I couldn't tell her no because I had really messed up. We arrived at a gorgeous mansion, and my blood ran cold when I realized that Mia and her father lived there. Anything but that. If that spoiled girl saw me in an apron, she would make my life at school a living hell.
Are you my daughter's classmate?
I am. Please don't tell her I'm here. I helped Grandma and tried not to get noticed. It was a damn mission impossible. We finally finished cleaning up, and I was beyond ready to leave that place. But then, I heard Mia arguing with her father in her room, and decided I could stay another minute. Well, well. I'd only just pressed my ear to the door when it suddenly opened, and Mr. Gills came out into the corridor. I jumped aside in surprise and bumped into a vase. We all heard the crunch. Mia's father grabbed his head.
It's Chinese porcelain! The vase costs a fortune! You and your grandmother will never be able to pay for it!
Damn it! How could I be so clumsy? Grandfather was in the hospital because of my antics. I couldn't let the same thing happen to my grandmother. I'll work to pay you back. Please don't tell Grandma about this. Mia's father rubbed his chin thoughtfully and smiled slyly.
Okay, I think we can fix this. I want you to become Mia's shadow and spy on her for me.
What? Did you hear that too? Was I being asked to follow the girl of my nightmares around? Mr. Gills told me that he didn't have a great relationship with his daughter, but her birthday was coming up, and he wanted to throw a cool Sweet 16 party for her. The problem was, he didn't know what to get her. After all, that rich lady already had everything.
If you help me figure out what Mia wants, I'll forget about the broken vase.
Well, I was knee-deep in trouble, so I had no choice but to agree. I tried to become invisible and watch the new girl from afar at school and after classes. One day, I even managed to go through her phone. She almost caught me red-handed, and I had to hide in the trash. Ew. Still, it only took me a few days to find out that Mia was a Harry Potter fan, adored the singer Lord, and that Tom Holland was her favorite actor. I told Mr. Gills all that, but he shouted at me and said that he knew it all without me.
I would just scroll through her social media if I needed this useless information, genius. Find me something worthwhile.
Ugh, it was clear to me now why Mia was so rude. I was seething with anger, but tried to keep it together for my grandma's sake. While I was watching Mia, I noticed something odd. She acted like a spoiled princess at school. She was sarcastic and haughty and showed off her wealth. Ugh, Kevin, get away from me or I'll stink of poverty. However, when she was alone, it was like she was a completely different person. She turned polite and easygoing, fed stray cats, and helped random old ladies. Let me carry your bags for you. I was so confused. What was she really like? Soon, I finally found out some new information from Mr. Gills and went to his house. I followed Mia for a whole week and realized that she didn't have any friends. She often hangs out in this dolphinarium after school.
That's something. Thank you, Kevin.
Mia's father could use that. He decided to throw the party at the dolphinarium and invite the whole school there. I didn't tell him that he would have to pay my classmates extra so that they would come to congratulate that upstart. I was just glad that I could go back to my normal life. As I was leaving their mansion, I accidentally heard Mia talking to someone on the phone. Who gave you this number? Who do you have information about? Of course I'm interested. I wanted to keep eavesdropping, but had to jump into the bushes to stay hidden. What a crazy week. I still had twigs in my hair the next day. As I was walking to school, Mr. Gills called me. He was shouting so loudly I thought I'd go deaf. What's the matter, Mr. D?
Do you even realize what you've done?
It turned out that he had ordered a bunch of edible invitations and told Mia to give them to our classmates. But she threw them away and declared that she didn't need any friends or a party. Can you imagine? I'd never met anyone so selfish.
Figure out how to fix it, or I'll call your grandmother today.
Ugh, I was sick and tired of that family. I was trying to figure out what to do when I suddenly saw Mia in a cafe. Instead of going to class, she was chatting with a suspicious guy. What was she up to? Maybe her father would finally leave me alone if I got to the bottom of it. How could I eavesdrop on them without being noticed? At that moment, I saw that it was a themed children's cafe. The waiters were dressed up as fairy tale characters. Great, I just need to look like a prince. I sneaked into the staff room and grabbed the first outfit I could find. Is this a Cinderella costume? I did not sign up for this. I saw Mia hand that guy a stack of cash. He put the money under his hat and got ready to leave. Damn, it seemed like I had no choice. Okay, Wig, this stays between us, okay? I'm not proud of it, but I looked good dressed up as Cinderella. Mia and that guy didn't suspect anything when I approached their table. I managed to find out something quite curious. That man was a private detective. I would tell her father everything and be done with their family. But then, things didn't go according to plan. The cafe manager realized that I wasn't a girl or an employee of their cafe.
Hey, stop right there! Security, catch him!
Damn it, I ran towards the exit and my wig fell off. The lamest thing was that Mia saw and recognized me. Fact number 4 about me. Apparently, I was very unlucky. I ran to the park and was trying to catch my breath when Mia appeared next to me. Hey, Cinderella, you lost your sneaker. Ah, thanks. Well, why were you snooping around? Dad sent you, didn't he? Trying to deny it was useless, so I told her everything from the beginning. It turned out that Mr. Gills had made people spy on his daughter before. At first, it was his bodyguards following me around, but it was easy to spot those amateurs. By the way, that vase wasn't expensive. Dad fooled you. How cunning of him! Why hadn't I checked it right away? In a fit of honesty, I told Mia that I was afraid of upsetting my grandparents. They've been my only family ever since my parents left me. Unfortunately, I'm a terrible grandson. Mia gently put a hand on my shoulder. Wow, she was cute when she smiled sincerely. I know how that feels. I'm afraid of getting close to people because my dad and I move very often. Saying goodbye to friends over and over again hurts too much. So I decided to act spoiled so that no one will want to hang out with me. She said that she didn't argue with her dad because of something stupid. He had put her mother in a psychiatric hospital many years ago and still wouldn't let them see each other. I don't want parties or gifts. I just want to see my mom. A private detective contacted me recently and gave me the address of that hospital for a small fee. I want to go there right now. Do you want to come with me?
I was lost for words.
How could I be so wrong about Mia? She turned out to be kind and sweet. I wanted to go with her, but then my grandmother called me and said that Grandpa had been discharged and they wanted to spend time with me. I'll see you at school tomorrow then. Good luck, Mia. I told my grandmother where to pick me up, took off the dress, and waited. But then, Mia's father called me.
Do you finally have something useful to tell me?
I gritted my teeth and told him that I knew the truth about the vase and that a private detective had found the address of Mia's mother's hospital. You are vile and I don't want to work for you anymore.
What? God, Mia's in danger!
What are you talking about? Mr. Gill said that he hadn't told his daughter the truth because he didn't want her to be disappointed in her mother. She was actually a fugitive criminal that loved easy money. Damn it! He hung up the phone to call Mia, but then her phone suddenly started ringing next to me. Oh no! Mia had left it on the bench! Luckily, it wasn't password protected, and I quickly found the address she had been given by the guy who claimed to be a private detective. I gave the address to Mr. Gills and said that he was going there by helicopter, but I couldn't sit idly by either. I was sick with worry. So, when my grandparents arrived, I asked them to take me to that non-existent hospital. Please, my friend could be in danger. Oh, young people, you're always getting into trouble.
Come on, we were just as bad at their age.
They exchanged a sly glance, and we hurried to Mia. OMG, I never would have thought that Grandma could drive like an action movie hero. We quickly reached some dilapidated buildings. It was a very creepy place. Besides Mr. Gill's helicopter, there were police cars already parked there. It turned out that after escaping from prison, Mia's mom had been hiding in those ruins. She couldn't come to the city because she was a fugitive. However, she knew that Mia's father was lying to her about the mental hospital, so she'd sent the fake detective to lure her daughter there. She planned to keep Mia hostage and siphon money from Mr. Gills. It was crazy! How could she treat her daughter like that? Luckily, Mia's dad and the police arrived in time, and Mia didn't get hurt. Kevin, what are you doing here? I was, well, worried about you. Thank you. You're a real friend. Mia was very upset that she found out the truth about her mother. However, she made up with her father, and he promised not to move anymore so that she could finally make some friends. I asked Mia to be my girlfriend at her birthday party, and she agreed. How could she say no to such a handsome guy, right? Here's the last fact about me. I realized that I didn't want to live a lie, so I stopped being ashamed of my grandparents and coming up with stories about my parents. Over time, my classmates forgave me for lying, and things got better. And recently, Mom and Dad showed up and apologized for leaving me. I had dreamed about it for so long. However, I'm not even sure I want to get to know them anymore. What would you do if you were me?